we're getting in some breaking inputs from Britain. We are now learning that India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar is in London just ahead of the coronation of King Charles III. That's all set to take place tomorrow, and pictures are showing his interaction with King Charles III during reception hosted by him for the Commonwealth leaders at Marlborough House in London. On the left side of your screen are those images that have just been released. As you can see, the Vice President interacting with the soon-to-be appointed King Charles. And for more details, let's quickly go across to CNN News 18. Sanjay Suri, who's joining me live from London. Sanjay has been very closely tracking all these developments. Sanjay, the last time an Indian representative attended the coronation ceremony in the UK was back in 1953, where Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru of India represented India. How do you see the contrast between Jawaharlal Nehru representing India in 1953 vis-a-vis now the Vice President of India representing and not the Prime Minister?
Well, it's also not the president, because the invitation was to the president. So far as the strict protocol goes, it was an invitation on behalf of one head of state, because the invitation is issued by the UK government on behalf of the crown. And so it was an invitation to India's head of state, who is the president, who chose not to come. In fact, similarly in India, these are decisions not taken by the president or the vice president themselves. These are the decisions taken by the Indian government. And so the Indian government said that it will not be the president in response to the invitation of the president, but the vice president. So clearly one rung below so far as protocol goes. This is, of course, not personal about the vice president. Also, the prime minister has stayed away. So the attendance from India are relatively low-key, both in relation to 1953, as you pointed out, and also in relation simply to the invitation from the British government, which was to the president. And we have been seeing a low-key presence, in fact, from several other countries. And we know that President Joe Biden is not coming. He chose instead to send the First Lady.
Absolutely. Sanjay, also, let's talk about how much has changed as far as the Commonwealth leaders are concerned ever since, if we were to draw that contrast between 1953 cut to 2023. We are seeing these images of the reception being hosted by King Charles for the Commonwealth leaders. It happens at a time when there's a tremendous debate over the monarchy and its relationship with the Commonwealth and whether or not it still holds relevance.
Well, the Commonwealth, we need to keep reminding ourselves, is a group of countries that were once members of the British Empire, that were once, to put it bluntly and crudely and simply, in fact, were members, were colonial legacies of the British Empire. These were colonies of the British. Now, it is not polite to use the word colony, but we know what the Commonwealth is almost a euphemism for. Since the end of the colonial days, it was very much the wish of the late Queen to keep the Commonwealth going, to keep all those countries that were once in the British Empire together now under the polite umbrella of the Commonwealth. The British Commonwealth was at one stage renamed simply the Commonwealth. But the British monarchy is very keen to keep the Commonwealth going. They want to keep that legacy continuing even in a modern, acceptable and polite manner, and King Charles is certainly very keen on it. And if the Commonwealth is what the British government is keen on, it will mean India first. India is the biggest member of the Commonwealth by far. The Commonwealth has an estimated population of 2.4
sorry to interrupt you over there, Sanjay, since I'm running short of time.